seeing as it is 8 o'clock, the Wednesday, October 12th, 2022 regular meeting of the Gardner City Council Finance Committee will come to order. The clerk will please call the roll.
President Kaczynskis.
Present.
Councilor Rana Cormier.
Present.
And Councilor Jenna Roberts.
Present.
Is anyone here recording the meeting? Okay. Item number 5-1, a measure relative to the November 8th, 2022 state election. The document that we received, I believe, is pretty common to what we get about this time of year.
Procedural.
Clerk, do you have anything you'd like to add about?
No. The only thing different is questions on the ballots, if people want to read that.
Okay, so this will qualify basically the city to vote in the state election.
Right.
Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion that we do whatever we have to do to qualify the vote.
Second that motion.
Motion made by Councilor Ron, seconded by Councilor Jenna Roberts to recommend that we accept the measure relative to the November 2022 state elections. Is there discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Motion passes. Item 6-1, a measure declaring surplus for the purpose of disposal of land and buildings at 14 Lane Street. This is something that we've seen before in front of us regarding this property. There's a new request regarding it. Mary Christine is here. If you'd like to go ahead.
This is a building that the CDBG funds actually just demoed earlier this spring, looking to see if we can get it declared surplus so we can sell the property, as we have done with several other properties recently, in the past year and a half, more often than we have before. I do plan at the full meeting of the City Council to provide the Council a full update on how all those sales have gone, what's still outstanding, what we received feedback from, what we didn't, with the help of our Purchasing Director, Josh Cormier, who's also here. But this request here would be to, now that the factory is gone, the land cleaned up, to sell the land, to put it back on the tax rolls. I've included the property record card in your packet as well. You'll note just on the property record card, the building on the picture is what was torn down. So the requested minimum bid is actually, if you look on the front page of the property record card, it says the assessed value of the land. And then the assessed value of the building was listed separate of that. The request is for the assessed value of the land, since the land is the only thing remaining at the site right now.
Thank you.
And I will add too that because of the amount of properties that we have declared surplus recently, and where some have come back with no responses, some have come back with very few responses, we've issued a request for proposals for real estate services. This is something that both Fitchburg and Leominster have done that we're looking at copying here, where basically a registered realtor who's licensed by the Commonwealth can basically help us market these properties. Because without someone with a real estate license, we can't advertise on the multiple listing service, so MLS. We can't advertise on places like Zillow or other different real estate advertising services, but they can. So basically what the city of Fitchburg has done is do an RFP for a real estate person, and the competitive nature of that is the commission that they receive off the sale price that they get if they help us market these properties there too. And Josh, do you want to?
Director Cormier, do you want to come on up?
Yeah, no, just to keep everybody updated, that went live on Monday, so it's a 2-week process, so we'll open that up the last week of October. We've received, I don't know, 8 to 10. So what happens is when we put a bid live or an RFP live on the website, if somebody wants information, they'll register. And then I get an email showing who's registered. So we've already had about eight or so people register for information, so that's good for 2 days. So yeah, that's in the works, and that's the mayor sent that to me as a suggestion and a request, so we looked it up and it's out there live now.
So this would be a property that would be given to whoever receives that award for the RFP for them to go out and market on our behalf.
But is the bid percentage that they get for commission, is that how that works?
Yeah.
Just to be clear.
Yeah, they bid the percentage.
Yeah.
At one point, for your administration, we have gone into, and some other communities have done this, auctions. And give it to an auction house, and I think it was before you were on the council, I'm not sure. There'd be 4 or 5 properties, and you lump them together, and they take care of the auction process. Have we looked into that, or is that?
We have,
Is that not worth it? I guess
Yeah.
what I'm driving at.
I
That-
think last time I remember was probably on Ryan Street, like there was a bunch of auction.
Yeah.
yeah, what we've seen with the auctions is you tend to get a lower price than if you go out and commercially sell it.
All right.
And they cost us money to pay the auctioneer to auction them off for us. So that also incurs that's where you lose the full price of that, is the fee of the auctioneer.
The last time we did it was 2019, it was in November, so it was right after I took the position, so. We did about 8 properties.
No, just,
It was like 500, like multi-properties in there, I think that were done.
I see this one's about 3/4 of an acre. roughly.
Those other communities obviously have had success with this method.
Yeah.
Yeah, I spoke to my counterpart in Fitchburg about it prior to putting it out to bid, and it's been very successful for them.
Okay.
I mean, this piece should be the buildable lot, 3/4 of an acre.
And quite frankly, we set a minimum price through vote of the council based on different things that we put up. But if someone just sees it on the city's website or hears about it in a council meeting, or we post about it on the city's Facebook, that's the only exposure it's getting. And quite frankly, someone sees that the city's selling it, it's a different type of market type there. But if someone sees a certain real estate company is having this on a Zillow listing or a Redfin or something like that, they tend to bring the market up a little higher for the prices that we receive for that.
It's selling it as opposed to getting rid of it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Make a motion that we recommend adopting the measure declaring land surplus.
Motion made by Councilor Noah, second by Councilor Cormier to adopt the measure. If there is discussion to recommend adoption of the measure, is there discussion on the motion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, those opposed say no. Motion carries. Thank you. Item 6-2, Mayor Nixon, Director Cormier, go ahead.
Thank you very much, Madam President. This has been before the council before. This is an item that the council voted to declare surplus. Back earlier this year, we've gone out for RFP on this property twice and have received 0 proposals on it. We do have some interested parties that have reached out, it's just their concern was the price was too high. The price that we had originally set was the amount of back taxes that were owed on the property before. However, if you look at the value of the property itself, the taxes kind of outweigh the value of the property. So we're looking at bringing the minimum sale price in line with what the property is more assessed at, to the $20,000 mark, to see if we can get this just taken care of after having it on our hands for the past 2 years because of the safety issue that was there before and because the tax title lien was foreclosed on by the housing court. So this is just a vote to basically lower the minimum sale price in this from the, I believe, $45,000 or $43,000 to $20,000 so that we can try to get more interest in it.
Any questions?
Make a motion and we recommend adopting the measure.
Second.
Motion made by Councilor Noah, second by Councilor Cormier to recommend adoption of the measure. Is there discussion on the motion? Director Cormier, do you have anything further to add?
No, I just, the only thing I would add is that both times when we put it out for an RFP process, we received questions in the office, a lot from the neighbors surrounding the property. There's 2 commercial properties, one to the side, one across, and there's a multifamily nearby. And we get a lot of questions, but again, to strengthen the mayor's point, their concern has always been the price. So can't guarantee somebody's going to put something in, but we can guarantee that they will put it in at that price.
Yeah, how big a piece? It's small.
I can't remember what the size is, to be honest with you.
It is very small.
It's real small.
But it's pretty short, small, little Union Street property.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. Motion passes. Thank you, Director Cormier.
Thank you, Judge.
Item 9-1, a correspondence regarding municipal finances and free cash regulations. This is regarding a statement and question that Councilor Bloom brought up at our previous meeting. Mayor Nixon, do you have anything else you'd like to add regarding this in your letter?
No, just where we have submitted free cash to the Commonwealth recently, and I expect to hear the answer within the next 2 to 3 weeks. And we've also submitted the LA-14, which means that new growth will be certified soon. I just want to clarify, since Councilor Boone did request that the Finance Committee look at this to get all of the information out there about how free cash operates, how we actually saying that we've used up all our free cash is somewhat of a misleading statement when you look at the way that municipal finance runs. So I just wanted to clarify the councilman's questions, and since he recommended it go before the finance committee, I submitted that here. With regards to how the process of free cash works and how we should, within the next 2-3 weeks, have what we believe to be around $2.5 million in free cash, soon to be certified by the Department of Revenue, with about $350,000 of new growth as well, that we anticipate. Neither of those have been certified yet, but we expect it in the next 2-3 weeks. Those numbers could go up, they could go down, but those are our preliminary conservative estimates from the assessor's office and the auditor's office.
I'll make a motion to place this on file.
Second?
Or recommend.
Motion made by Councilor Cromer, seconded by Councilor Council to recommend placing the item on file. Is there discussion on the motion?
Well, just briefly, I'd like to thank the mayor for the educational information that we received. And doing it in a timely manner like this gives all of the council members ample opportunity to read and understand and develop any questions if they have any further before the council meeting.
Councilor, further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Motion passes. Any new business?
Make a motion to adjourn?
Second?